Hello, I'm Tyrell Crossley, and I will be presenting my slide show about Ephraim K. Hanks and my restoration project where I sculpted a buffalo out of polymer clay and made a video um, about the sculpting process. I chose this project because Ephraim K. Hanks, as you can see here, in this image I pulled out of Family Search. He is my fourth great grandfather, and he is, I guess, a pretty famous pioneer who was able to rescue the Martin Handcart Company um, through his faithful and um, unhesitating action. Um, Moving forward, here is a video presenting my sculpture. So here is my sculpture, a buffalo covered in snow, representing the buffalo that Ephraim K. Hanks shot to beat the Mayan Handcart Company, or at least the first one. And I also made a video of process of sculpting this buffalo, and that's a part of my project. And so the sources that I used to make this project and also write out the narration were part from these two sources. They're two books about different excerpts from diaries and interviews about pioneers and the rescuers. And they give a lot of insights about this event and about how the life of a pioneer was, especially in the handcart companies. And a quote from the first source, um, Ephraim succeeded in shooting a buffalo, skinning it, and loading his pack horse with meat, a remarkable feat. It was about an hour before sunset when he saw a long black line to the east and realized it was probably the handcart company. He wrote to the company as they were setting up camp for the evening and distributed the meat to the great joy of the immigrants. So this is the main event that I was thinking about as I was sculpting this buffalo. It's about how Ephraim was out hunting for a buffalo to feed, thinking he was probably going to feed just him and Arsa, the other rescuer that was with him. But instead, after he got all the meat off of the buffalo, he found the handcart company and was able to give them all this meat so that they could survive. So we know that they were starving and freezing cold, didn't have very many provisions. Um, and then this second quote, um, pretty sure it's Ephraim K. Hanks that says a prophecy had been made by one of the brethren that the company should feast on buffalo meat when their provisions might run short. My arrival in their camp, loaded with meat, was the beginning of the fulfillment of that prediction. But only the beginning, as I afterward shot and killed a number of buffalo for them as we journeyed along. I like this quote because it talks about the prophetic spirit in which the pioneers were in as they were crossing the plains, even at this late in the year when things started to get really cold. Um, the pioneers had faith that God was going to watch over them, and this prophecy coming to fruition is a demonstration of um, how good God is to his children, and also such a cool thing that I learned. I thought because of the movie it only shows one buffalo, that it was a lone buffalo out in the cold, but It was actually most likely a herd of buffalo. It was odd that the herd was out there at that time of the year, but he um, shot only one of the cows from that herd. And what I can learn for myself from this project and from my research on Ephraim K. Hanks in this event is how wonderful and faithful the pioneer people were, because they were able to have faith that God was going to provide for them when they needed it the most. When they ran out of their provisions, they had faith that they would get to where they needed to, and that they would be rescued. And this prophecy came true, and Ephraim showed up and gave them of the buffalo meat. Um, and I think I can learn to be more faithful in my own trials and my own tribulations, and look forward with an eye of faith to the good things that God has in store for me and for those around me. Yeah. Thank you for watching my slideshow about Abram K. Hanks.